It's Thursday morning.
It's morning.
Which is, strictly speaking, day one.
Yeah.
But it's like day two for us because we were so busy yesterday.
We've been to Denny's, we've fueled up on...
literally 50,000 calorie breakfast.
This.
So we're in the Fender booth and we decided we'd do it this, super early. So we got here really early before anyone else did on Thursday morning because it was so packed yesterday we couldn't even get in.
Couldn't walk around.
So we're going to start here with the most psychedelic rotating display of guitars you're likely to see ever.
It's so cool, that, isn't it?
So just in case you're worrying, this is not a side effect of the acid you've just taken. This
or the food you just had at Denny's.
7 guitars spinning round, painted. This is Paul Waller from the Custom Shop was talking about this, and I had absolutely no idea what the Rocky was.
Well, it looks like it was a George Harrison Stratocasters.
It's a George Harrison Strat.
Yeah. He looks so much like my dad. I can't believe it. He just looks like my dad.
From what I understand, these 7 guitars spinning around here are literally the only 7 guitars made. They're going to go on sale later this year.
All right.
And they're going to be something like $25,000 each or something.
And they're great, man.
So put me down for 3.
Yeah.
Or email the Andertons guys if you're interested. But let's take a look. We're going to walk around the whole stand, starting with Custom Shop. So these are master-built prestige guitars, all one-offs. By the looks of things, all sold already as well.
Yeah, we saw that when we were at the factory.
We did.
I saw that. Yeah, they all sold.
I'm wearing a pair of socks actually in that sort of colour, which is kind of cool.
And funnily enough, I'm wearing a pair of cork underwear today.
Cork underwear? Does that help with your sweaty?
Yeah, it
now
helps.
This.
I've bought this
I was
for
gutted.
my anniversary.
I saw Yuri Shishkov at the Fender factory on Tuesday, and he had this on his bench, and he was just literally putting the final touches to it, and they wouldn't let me photograph it in case I leaked it before today.
Insured value, 1.2 million.
Wow. So literally what you're seeing, hopefully the camera is zoomed in, but those pickups genuinely are diamond encrusted.
Yeah.
The whole guitar is finished in 23 karat gold. Bizarrely,
23.
yeah, well I know, I said why isn't it 24, and apparently it's almost like a disclaimer. It is 24 karat gold, but just in case someone finds a bit that isn't, they have to call it 23 karat gold. All the diamonds up the fretboard.
Yeah, Fabergé, that's where this
it's like
comes
inspired
from, right?
by Fabergé.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's incredible.
Pete's bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm so...
With his January bonus.
That's what happens when you're on YouTube, man. You're winning.
I like that. The beautiful piece of wood.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is.
That's great. Bird's eye rosewood top.
I'm going blind. I can't see anything.
Bird's eye rosewood top.
Argyle sparkle finish.
Wow.
Beautiful. Lovely, lovely.
This,
that's cool.
I love that bass.
Look at that pickup in that bass.
Atomic
what even is
bass.
that?
I don't know.
When I was a kid, that was the size of our television.
It does look like an old sort of 50s,
it does, like inspired by 50s TV.
Yeah.
Ah, that's great.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's Carlos Lopez.
I mean, honestly,
somewhere.
how much talent and time goes into making these?
And this here, leather bound. Look,
leather
this is
bound.
all leather inlays. It's just incredible. It's incredible.
Some cool amplifiers. I think you played this, didn't you, in the store?
Yeah.
In the custom shop place.
Rustic
this is our very own Rob Sparrow. He buys a lot of these, if I remember rightly.
What he's bought to take home with him.
That's an in-joke that no one will get other than the internal guitar team.
That's what I have.
Creepy fingers?
Yeah.
Tell me what this is. 57 custom twin. That's weird. So it's not in a traditional twin box, is it? But is it a 212 then? So this little corner of the booth, not so little, is some unique examples of what a master builder at Fender can make. I think this is, really this is just all about, you can dream up anything. You can go for just, a super cool looking old Sunburst 54 right through to something with diamond encrusted or whatever,
beautiful
like contemporary artwork.
Pink.
Whatever you like, basically.
This is the one here, check that out. With the hand painted
with the
artwork on it.
And
oh, that's
little
beautiful.
That's just great.
Oh,
I do like that. Look at the scratch plate on that. I want to say it's not even a Jaguar, is it? What even is that shape?
Onboard delay.
Really? If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the grey one with the gold foil.
Carlos Lopez again. Carlos Lopez again.
Yeah, Carlos Lopez. We might be his new biggest fans.
Yeah, we need
He's one of the newer master builders, but he is bringing his A game.
He's bringing the A game.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
This is exciting.
This is exciting, and you all could be a part of this. So, Parallel Universe is a concept that Fender have done for a few years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
sometimes I think they called it alternate reality. Last year they did the whole rarity thing, which I think was a lot more conservative and a bit boring, if I'm honest with you. But Parallel Universe is back to its best, which are guitars that might have been but never were.
Yeah.
You know, just like lots of these weird kind of like, oh, it's a Strat and it's a Jazzmaster, and we've kind of gone
some funny pickups on it, yeah.
But these are all going to be made from the regular USA shop, and they're going to come through a different model every month.
A few of them, maybe, if we're lucky.
Very limited.
This is a Jazz Strat, as you can see, is a combination of the Strat and a Jazzmaster. This is the one that I said when we saw it, I would love one of these, because check this out, this is called the Uptown Strat, and I just think
it's so cool.
That looks absolutely amazing, and still, I would absolutely give my right nuts for one of those.
So the concept with all of these is Fender will only make what dealers order at the NAMM show, I think. So you're potentially, and I believe that first one we saw, the Jazz Strat, that's already been made, and Fender just speculatively made that. And I got told by our Fender rep that you're talking like less than 10 for the whole of the UK. Yeah. So if you want one, you've literally got to jump in and go,
as soon as it's online, just go and buy one.
Now.
That is the Maverick Dorado.
Now the Maverick Dorado, I know, is coming in some unbelievable other colors as well.
Absolutely.
Watch this space.
Spargo-matic Jazzmaster. Mini humbuckers on it.
A bit like that's like a Firebird crossover with a Jazzmaster, isn't it? So cool.
And here we have the Strat Jazz Deluxe with a rosewood neck on it.
It's a great looking scratch plate.
With the binding. So normally a Jazzmaster would have the, you know, all of the curvatures on the body, but this has got the bindings.
Amazeballs.
This is cool.
You really like this one. I thought this was
Troublemaker Telly.
I thought this was the most conservative one.
No, the one I like is
a small C.
Is yet to come.
The one opposed to like a Boris Johnson signature model. But it does look cool.
It's a Troublemaker. Troublemaker Telly Deluxe.
For when two pickups and a hardtail is just not enough. Go three puck-ups, and a Bugsby. This was our favourite. Well, not my favourite, but probably my second favourite.
And you know what? When I see it in the flesh now, I was right about that Uptown Strat.
Yes, it looks much better
in the flesh, doesn't it?
So gold foil pickups, semi-hollow, telly, body shape.
Soft V2C neck, pearl inlays.
I love the block inlays. I love the block inlays on most of these guitars.
I'm getting a bit sort of hot now. I'm getting hot.
Are you?
Yeah.
Now, hold your horses.
Oh.
Wait. Okay. So if you grew up loving music from the 80s, okay, I'm just saying Fender is your friend in 2020.
2020?
Check
2020.
This out.
No, come around here.
Now, you're going to get bored if you hear of me telling you this story, but so this guitar was in the Fender catalogue when I first started working at Andertons in like 1989 or 1990.
And I remember.
And honestly and truthfully, you couldn't give these away at the time, and Fender were wholeheartedly mocked and told you can't make, guitars for this market. This is Ibanez, that's who makes guitars for this market. And literally you couldn't give them away. But like 30 years later, they're back. Super limited edition, made in Japan. 150 of each for the whole world, if I remember rightly, or certainly 150 of each for Europe.
Frozen yellow. I love them.
And like really expensive compared to what they used to be in 1990.
Well, about 1,200 quid or something.
So I don't know. I mean, I kind of laugh. I'm intrigued to see whether they're more popular this time around. What is going to be popular though is the Lead series.
In this color, of course.
Yeah, Lead. So you got the Lead 2, which is the 2 single coils, and the Lead 3, which is the 2 humbuckers. And allegedly, this is really weird because I don't remember these guitars, but they were around about the same time, like late 80s.
I remember them. I remember seeing this logo and these guitars, but I never had one because it was...
Your eyes do not deceive you. It's a slightly different Strat shape, a little bit smaller, a little bit more symmetrical. I mean, I'm desperate to sort of try these, and these are pretty affordable. So these are part of the Player series.
600 or
less, I think, 550. Maybe.
This is the right color they got here.
They've done a great job. They have nailed the purple, the deep metallic purple.
Yeah, the DP. Deep purple.
But these feel great.
Yeah.
Very, very cool Player series.
And good because they're smaller bodied, aren't they, for smaller people, smaller frame people.
This is a sort of fairly small change. What they're doing is they're discontinuing what they call the offset range, and they're now moving the guitars that were in the offset range into the player series. So I don't know what that means in terms of spec. I don't think there's a great deal of spec changes, lots of color changes, but I think it just makes the whole range look more cohesive. But very cool, Duosonics. I think the 2P90 Mustang is going to be an absolute monster.
That's cool, isn't it?
Especially in these wicked colours.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a proper little punk rock guitar, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, a good first starter guitar, you know, like.
I love it.
It looks great on that picture.
I love it. Oh, and then they've got Duosonics with a humbucker and a single coil as well. And
there we go.
I'm slightly jealous that I'm not a bass player as well, because I think the Mustang PJ bass might be my favourite bass that I've seen in years.
I would play that.
Yeah, me too. So like a short scale.
Because like a Jazzmaster on me, it's just huge.
Yeah, shorter scale, smaller body, still looks mean. Great colours. Look at that, man.
That's good.
Look at that. Straight out of the 70s.
And you get the matching guitar for it if you want.
So you could be in a band that just play totally matching. Just need a drum kit now in some sort of coffee table walnut.
Your granny's coffee table.
Squeak! Right. Eric Burton of the Black Pumas. I'm not familiar with them.
Cool, man.
But he looks like he's going to be cool. Right. So, this is where it all started. Pretty much all started anyway. Some of you sort of Fender aficionados will remember the original guitar with the Snake 3-a-side headstock. But the Broadcaster was the first kind of mass-produced Fender guitar. I say mass-produced.
Well,
in today's terms, not mass-produced at all.
This is what
you'll know.
Really
you'll remember the story about the sort of the Gretsch complaining that they'd used the name Broadcaster on a drum kit, and so Fender had to remove the logo. Then you had the Nocaster for a bit, and then it became the Telecaster. But for the 70th anniversary, so from 1950 to 2020, Fender are doing a 1-year only run of an American original series Broadcaster.
As they were.
Not crazy expensive. I mean,
a couple of grand.
Fairly expensive, but not. Yeah, it's not custom shop. It's part of the original series, so sub £2,000.
Yeah.
Man.
But it's just if you want something that's, you know, close to the original, this is the one to
get.
So
I think the wiring on these is different to a modern Telecaster. So you've got that sort of more of a bass guitar sounding neck pickup.
Yeah. How's the neck on it?
Medium, like sort of, you know, like a not baseball bat, but fatter than a modern C.
Yeah. Nice guitar, man.
Beautiful guitar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Broadcaster.
Nothing wrong with that. Like the one we saw, the 50 one we saw at the factory, right?
Okay, we've done these. This is a little slightly older news now, so this is Ultra. I have to say though, I am hearing unbelievable stuff coming from not just Fender, but also Fender's competitors about how popular this guitar is being, and really that contemporary Strat market that maybe you could argue that you know, with the Elite series, Fender never really broke into terribly well. Fender are making massive inroads into that now. And they have also created the greatest modern color of all time. Which is, I will try again, is next to impossible to demonstrate on camera. It's like this black to greeny, browny, metallic.
Man, look at that.
Are you getting that? With free fingerprints?
I am digging these new colors they're doing. All this sparkle really sets the guitars off. I think, you know, it makes the guitars pop. I think colors are, as from last year, you know, since we started to do the Fender custom shop stuff in lime, candy lime green and tangerine orange. I mean, so the colors are, people want colors more now again. It's really good.
Absolutely beginning to realise that guitar players are the vainest creatures on the planet. And if it's not the right colour.
And they want colours, people now. You know, they're not so conservatives anymore.
Lots more ultra. There's more ultras here than there is at a Lazio game, which only fans of Italian football will know what I'm talking about. I'm interested to know what you guys thought of our Acoustasonic Strat video.
Comment below.
Pete and I genuinely can completely understand. I think there was I quite like Paul David's video on it, where he was kind of going, look, if you just want to sit at home on your sofa and play acoustic guitar, it's not one of those. And if you've got your favourite Strat, it's not that. So I kind of get that. But for a working guitar player that needs to be able to stand on stage or write and be inspired and just get different sounds, I honestly think this is the best simulation of an acoustic guitar sound that I've ever heard from a plugged-in.
Yeah, but what I said, like I said, if I was going to go back on tour at some point and I was doing some acoustic songs or whatever, I would take one of these, this or the tele version, because it's easy. It doesn't. And the thing with acoustic guitars, when we go on tour with them, they you know, they're very...
They move and...
Yeah, temperamental to change in temperature and all that different stuff.
Is there also, I mean, again, put yourself back in the shoes of a guitar player that was doing the kind of the pop
Touring
gigs
stuff
that you were doing.
Yeah.
Would the band or the MD not go, yeah, you look way cooler? This is like a way cooler looking thing than getting a big, you know, like a D28
I think that depends. If you're doing like an acoustic set,
right,
then they might want to say, oh, why, that's not an acoustic guitar.
Right.
So that might be, that could be an issue going, well, you're sitting around and it's a little thing and it should be an acoustic set, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're just standing, you have to play acoustic guitar on a few tracks, or maybe 3 or 4 tracks in the background. It's like Kemper, isn't it? It's like a Kemper. You're in-ear on it.
It's a Kemper.
You're on in-ears, exactly. I think it's the acoustic guitar version of a Kemper.
And a very cool video if you want to see Tyler Bryant versus Daniel Donato. So Tyler's got the Strat, Daniel's got the Tele.
And they're jamming out
a little 5-minute video that Fender did.
And Pete Thorne's video is great as well.
Well, I like the Tyler Bryant because I think when he goes to the electric guitar sound on it, it's like the best I've ever heard it sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very cool.
Go and watch those.
You're going to love these.
Yeah. This is funny.
So ukuleles, I mean, it's the phenomenon's been going for like 20 years now, hasn't it? And Andertons were a bit late to the party with the whole ukulele thing. I honestly thought it was some weird fad thing going on, but it's like we sell 1 million ukuleles a year now.
We sell 1 million ukuleles a year now.
Gibson a few years ago released like Les Paul shaped.
Oh, the hummingbird, didn't they?
Yeah, they did a hummingbird one,
cool.
and they were super popular. And now Fender have jumped into the game. So as well as a big range of traditional looking ukuleles that Fender have always done, you can now have all the iconic electric guitars in a ukulele.
And you know what's coming. We have to do...
You want to do a purple
We
one,
have to do a purple Telecaster.
A purple tele ukulele. Oh man. We call it a pukulele.
A pukulele.
So yeah, Teles, Jazz Masters, Strats, loads of different colours. Oh, it's not the kind of thing you'd expect to hit. You know what though?
In the morning.
I think, hey man, let's whiz down the pedals.
Yeah.
So, apologies if, can you hear us okay? Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, Fender, when was it, like 2 or 3 years ago that they decided to get into the pedal world properly? You can see how far they've come now. There's like 20 different pedals in the range.
Yeah, so they've done like that's a compulist, so it's got the pugilist and the compressor in there. I think the trapper we haven't done yet. Engage boost we haven't seen. There's some of the triple ones here now, which are quite exciting. So,
reflecting pool.
So you got delay and reverb, which might remind you of another pedal that looks a bit like this. But
where's the one with
tremolo?
Where's the one with tremolo and reverb in it, Pete?
The reverb. There you go.
Is that because it's got 3 types of reverb?
Yeah, that's because in Danish I thought it was 3 reverbs.
No, I'm winding you up. But you should, if you've not seen these, Rob and I, last year or the year before, we did a massive blindfold 100 pedal shootout.
Yeah.
And Pugilist won it, which was crazy, really, because it was super
It's 89
affordable.
quid or something.
Yeah, and now you can have a Pugilist with a compressor built in, so that's cool.
Really cool stuff there.
There are some new amplifiers, 4 new amplifiers on the stage here. Going from left to right, the LT50, which you guys have probably seen us demo the LT25, which is a really, really popular and super affordable little Fender modeling amplifier, quite a simple to use one. So there's now a 50-watt version of that on the left. Mustang GTX, which are the 2 middle ones. Yep. So they're designed to kind of be the next generation of Mustang amplifiers. So a slightly better, more pro-spec modeling amplifier. Not crazy money, but going in at probably the £350 to £500 kind of mark. One's 100 watts and the bigger one's 150 watts. And we'll get those into Andertons soon and demo those. And then right to the other end of the scale.
I'm excited about this.
Completely boutique, point-to-point, hand-wired reissue of a Princeton reverb amplifier.
You can see it over here as well.
There we go.
What it looks like inside. So I've got some pictures. Maybe we can get one of those on the screen from underneath. It's literally just been hand-wired.
So this is where there are 2 or 3 different ways of making an amplifier, so that the most affordable is where all of the components are mounted onto a printed circuit board and they're all joined up by the tracking that's internal in the printed circuit board. And then this is the other end of the scale where you would typically refer to this as point-to-point, where literally each component is just hand-wired to the next one in a great big long line.
Yeah. And underneath it looks amazing. We spoke to Robert. I spoke to Robert. He was explaining. They know so well now that they can do them by, and they know exactly how they he's doing the.
But this is the most labor-intensive, most expensive way to try and kind of wire up an amplifier.
And there's also this one, which we haven't seen yet. I know that this is not new in the range, but I would really like to get these two.
A hand-wired version of a deluxe.
Awesome.
So those are going to be pretty expensive. I think they're a couple of £1,000s for the Princeton. That I think. Oh, what's Pete found now?
Sorry, I just
Super
love
Reverb.
These. Yeah, I just love these.
Why don't we have one?
I don't know. It's just such.
It's
crazy.
It's not terribly practical, is it? I mean, it's pretty enormous. Can I try and lift this? Hang on. Oh my God. Valve amps.
I love it.
Valve amps are my absolute favourite thing until
you have to list it yourself.
Yesterday, when I had to carry a Victory amplifier from their stand to our booth, it was about half a mile. And I woke up this morning and all my neck muscles and shoulder muscles are completely destroyed. Taylor's looking at me with no sympathy whatsoever, going, I carry this enormous camera around all day, you moaning bastard. What have we got now?
Just really quick. This is custom time.
We're back into more regular custom shop. So
these obviously open source.
You know what they're sort of the more team built rather than master built. Oh, I like the scarf.
Jimmy, isn't it?
That's great.
Hendrix Stratocaster 8 Olympic White.
Did you? I think I mentioned the story. There's a brilliant video with Brad Paisley where he's talking about going. He was on like a mission to find a pink Paisley Telecaster, a 60s pink Paisley Telecaster, and couldn't find one. So he just decided he would buy a black one and strip it and refinish it in pink Paisley. And he had Fender lined up to do it. I forget which master builder was going to do it, but it was all like Seymour Duncan was making him a set of pickups, the whole thing. So he does all this thing, gets the black telly. They start taking the finish off and realise it was a refinished pink Paisley telly
underneath
that someone had just painted over black. Which I love those stories because then you know that that's fate, isn't it? Someone up there has just gone, I'll get you your Telecaster.
I'll get him.
Don't you worry about that. Anyway,
there we are.
This is brilliant. This is the quietest the Fender booth will be the entire show. We've been very lucky to get here. I hope you've enjoyed the little mini tour.
It's much better, I can imagine, because this is otherwise you just have noise and people pushing around in front of the camera. Anyway,
there we go. That's
Moving
it.
on.
We're done.
See you in the next
that is
video.
Fender. Yeah, let's go. Bye. Wicked.